members of the CWC, Ashok Gehlotji, Govind Singh Dotasaraji, friends and colleagues who have come from different parts of the country, I would like to add my welcome to you too. इसको थोड़ा पीछे करना. Chintan Shivir in this historic city with such a glorious heritage has as its theme Nav Sankalp. It gives us an opportunity to discuss amongst ourselves the numerous challenges that the country is facing as a result of the policies of the BJP and of the RSS and its affiliates. It is also an occasion to deliberate on the many tasks ahead of us. So it is both a Chintan about national issues and a meaningful Atma Chintan about our party organization. I am well aware that many of our colleagues wanted to be here with us, but we had to limit participation for a variety of reasons. But I'm sure they will understand. And not being here does not in any way devalue the role they are playing in our organization. Friends, by now it has become abundantly and most painfully clear what Prime Minister Modi and his colleagues really mean by their frequently repeated slogan, maximum governance, minimum government. It means keeping the country in a state of permanent polarization, compelling people to live in a constant state of fear and insecurity. It means viciously targeting, victimizing, and often brutalizing minorities who are an integral part of our society and are equal citizens of our republic. It means using our society's age-old pluralities to divide us and subverting the carefully nurtured idea of unity in diversity. It means threatening and intimidating political opponents, maligning their reputation, jailing them on flimsy pretext, misusing investigative agencies against them. It means eroding the independence and professionalism of all institutions of democracy. It means the wholesale reinvention of history, the constant denigration of our leaders, especially Jawaharlal Nehru, and the systematic moves to distort, deny, and destroy their contributions, their achievements, and their sacrifices. It means glorifying the killers of Mahatma Gandhi and their ideologues. It means the blatant undermining of the principles and provisions of our nation's constitution, of its pillars of justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, and secularism. It means turning a blind eye to continued atrocities across the country on weaker sections, especially Dalits, Adivasis, and women. It means using fear to make the bureaucracy to make corporate India, to make civil society and sections of the media fall in line. It means more empty slogans, diversionary tactics, and utter silence on the part of an ever so eloquent Prime Minister when the healing touch is most needed. It is not just the undermining of our long-cherished values embodied in the Constitution that are now at grave risk. The fires of hatred and discord that are being ignited have taken a heavy toll on on their lives. This is having serious social consequences, much more serious than we can even imagine. The vast majority of Indians want to live in an atmosphere of peace, of amity and harmony. The BJP, its cohorts and surrogates, want to keep people in a state of perpetual frenzy and conflict. They constantly provoke, instigate, and inflame. We have to combat this growing virus or divisiveness that is being maliciously and mischievously spread. This we must do at all costs. It is imperative to sustain high economic growth, to provide adequate employment opportunities for the youth. We must generate revenues needed for the welfare programs and improve the standard of living. But the worsening environment on social illiberalism and bigotry shakes the very foundation of economic growth. Starting with the disastrous demonetization on November 2016, the economy has been at a steep downslide. A large majority of MSMEs have been crippled. Unemployment has risen alarmingly, and for the first time, it appears that vast numbers of people have simply given up hope of finding jobs. Whatever support the central government has been able to provide in the past 2 years to people has been on account of most of the UPA programs, and to name just two of them, the Mahatma Gandhi Narendra, the employment scheme, and the national food security. The sheer tenacity of farmers and their organization compelled the Modi government to repeal the 3 black laws. The Congress Party stood by them steadfastly throughout their long struggle, both within Parliament and outside. But the promises made by the Prime Minister to the farmers when they withdrew their agitation have yet to be fulfilled. Meanwhile, it looks as if procurement of wheat this year will fall steeply, threatening the very foundations of our national security, food security program. Prices of essential items of mass consumption, like cooking gas, cooking oil, pulses, vegetables, fertilizers, petrol, and diesel, continue their upward march, placing an intolerable burden on crores of families. Public sector companies built up with such careful planning with economic and social objectives in mind by earlier Congress government are now being privatized with a vengeance and to a chosen few. This will have disastrous consequences. Among other things, this means that one avenue for assured employment for scheduled castes and scheduled tribe will get totally closed. अब मैं कुछ बातें हिंदी में कहना चाहूँगी। तो साथियों, हमारे इस महान और सशक्त संगठन से समय समय पर अपने लचीलेपन को दर्शाने की उम्मीद की जाती रही है और हर बार हमारे संगठन ने असरदार तरीके से अपनी प्रतिक्रिया दर्शाई है। एक बार फिर हमसे यह उम्मीद की जा रही है कि हम अपना साहस, हौसला और समर्पण की भावना का परिचय दें। लेकिन आज जो हमारे संगठन के सामने परिस्थितियां उत्पन्न हुई है वे अभूतपूर्व है। असाधारण परिस्थितियों का मुकाबला असाधारण तरीके से ही किया जा सकता है, इस बात के प्रति मैं पूरी सचेत हूँ। हर संगठन को न केवल जीवित रहने के लिए बल्कि बढ़ने के लिए भी समय समय पर अपने अंदर परिवर्तन लाने होते हैं। हमें सुधारों की सख्त ज़रूरत है। रणनीति में बदलाव, ढांचागत सुधार और रोज़ाना काम करने के तरीके में परिवर्तन। एक तरह से यह सबसे बुनियादी मुद्दा है, लेकिन मैं ये भी जोर देकर कहना चाहती हूँ कि हमारा पुनरुत्थान सिर्फ विशाल सामूहिक प्रयासों से ही हो पाएगा और वो विशाल सामूहिक प्रयास ना टाले जा सकते हैं, न ही टाले जाएंगे। यह शिविर इस लंबे सफर में एक प्रभावशाली कदम है। हमारे लंबे और सुनहरे इतिहास में आज एक ऐसा समय आया है जब हमें अपनी निजी आकांक्षाओं को संगठन के हितों के अधीन रखना होगा। पार्टी ने हम सभी को बहुत कुछ दिया है। अब समय है कर्ज उतारने का। मैं समझती हूँ इससे आवश्यक और कुछ नहीं। तो साथियों, मैं आप सबसे आग्रह करती हूँ कि अपने विचार खोलकर रखें, मगर बाहर सिर्फ एक ही संदेश जाना चाहिए, संगठन की मजबूती, दृढ़ निश्चय और एकता का संदेश। यह निश्चय बरकरार रखना होगा। हाल में मिली नाकामयाबियों से हम बेखबर नहीं हैं, न ही हम बेखबर है उस संघर्ष से या उस संघर्ष की कठिनाइयों से जिसे हमें करना है और जीतना है। लोगों की हमसे जो उम्मीदें हैं उनसे हम अनजान नहीं हैं। व्यक्तिगत और सामूहिक रूप से यह प्रण लेने के लिए हम एकत्रित हुए हैं। हम देश की राजनीति में अपनी पार्टी को फिर से उसी भूमिका मिलाएंगे जो भूमिका पार्टी ने सदैव निभाई है और जिस भूमिका की उम्मीद इन बिगड़ते हुए हालातों में देश की जनता हमसे करती है। हम यहाँ पूरी विनम्रता के साथ आत्मा निरीक्षण तो कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आज हम तय करें कि जब हम यहाँ से निकलेंगे तो हम एक नए आत्मविश्वास, एक नई ऊर्जा के साथ और एक नई प्रतिबद्धता से प्रेरित होकर निकलेंगे। आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।